Well, alright, welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? This is Broken David and Amadi Diallo shock return. Guys, you remember that when we're obviously talking about Amadi Diallo, we all thought that he was not obviously going to be returning until the end of the season, and maybe his season was over because he underwent a surgery at his ankle, and most of us thought that he's obviously going to be out until the end of the season. But guess what? There is a shock return for Amadi Diallo update from Fabrizio Romano. And then there is another huge injury boost of Manchester United, as very many players are really returning from injury, and hope you guys are really going to be enjoying this set of conversation. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David being my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. Now I have my friend at the Before Nailed Salon. Let me obviously check in here. They always watch us a lot. They obviously put on their smart TV and obviously watch our news and information in there for you. And it's all about it's called the Before Saloon in there. So Before Saloon, if at all you want to make your nails, that's the place to be. And I send my greetings to the likes of Michelle, Guylen, Rosette, Mariam, Ibra, and very many others. When I go there, I obviously have lots of things about football because they are United fans, Arsenal fans, and Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans in there for you. So it's always a vibe each and every time I go there. So please do the needful and see to it that you really pass by the Before Nail Salon, and hope the artwork comes in through of the advert, and then we'll see to it that we broadcast it to you here hugely into the mix. Now, happy Eid to all the Muslims all over the world, and hope you're really enjoying yourselves to the fullest. I haven't gotten any invitation, by the way. Looks like all my Muslim friends have gone ahead, obviously say, please Rokani, stay there, do content for your fans. You know, you aren't invited, but all in all, it all goes on to where it deserves to be. So guys, let's obviously get started into this story coming from Fabrizio Romano. It's all about Amadi Diallo progressing well in recovery after injury and currently understood to be ahead of schedule. United staff cautious as they won't take any risks, but there is a real chance for him to be back on the pitch before the end of the season around May. Now, people have come up and obviously put in a very huge goal in there. You understand? And they are really trying to see to it that all goes on well as planned at Manchester United. And for this guy, we never thought he's obviously going to be coming back. But if you hint on him returning back in May, that means maybe it's not going to be early May. You know? How is it going to be? Because the season of Manchester United ends on the 25th of May. That's when the season of Manchester United comes to an end. And I think maybe around 10th May, mid-May, I think that's when he might return, because I don't want him to be hurried. 10th May, we'll be hosting West Ham. Then we'll be left with Chelsea and Aston Villa. Maybe those 3 games. And if at all he doesn't make it in all those games, if United goes ahead to obviously play into the Europa finale, you understand? I think that's when we'll obviously see him really coming in through to put in a very huge shift. And the finale will be played on the 21st of May. So if he's coming back in May, I think he stands a very big chance to come up and obviously do something when May is obviously coming to an end. So it will depend on how fast he's obviously going to be returning. But we are being told he is ahead of schedule as a player, and that really excites me, because when you're having Amadi Diallo, you obviously have to know to it that you're really having another creative spark into the number 10 position. You understand? And maybe the manager might obviously say, I'm going to play him as a right wing back. I can play him as a number 10 because Zexi and Garnacho are really performing very well. So that's the headache I want my manager to have, you know, players performing very well and him always finding a better solution on who starts and who doesn't really go ahead to start in there. So that's all about Amadi Diallo. But this season, he had really put in very huge performance. And that's why most of you are like, when is he coming back? And we had written him off, you know. We had written him off from those that we are going to return this season. But finally, they've told us that he is ahead of schedule. He had played 22 Premier League games, 6 goals and 6 assists. Those are 12 involvements, you know. That is 6 goals and 6 assists, 12 involvements. And then UEFA Europa League, 8 matches, 2 goals in there. So he had gone ahead to score 8 goals and 6 assists. Those are... Oh, he also went ahead to score 1 goal in the EFL Cup. That is it. So that means he has so far scored 9 goals this season and created 7. Those are 16 goal involvements for a player known as Amadi Diallo. And if it were not for the injuries that went ahead obviously get, I tell you, he would have gone ahead obviously put in a very big shift, and scoring 20 would have gone ahead to be something good for him. And I know that that's why the physio team of Manchester United are really cautious onto what they are going to do for the guy known as Amadi Diallo. So thank you guys for watching it through. But as Amadi Diallo makes a shock return for the club of Manchester United, there are other players that have been injured that are back into the training session for the club of Manchester United. And by the way, this really gives us a very huge chance to win the UEFA Europa League. And let me obviously take you through some of those that returned after we got back from the national break. Lenny Yoro, one of those that was injured, is back. You know, Lenny Yoro is back, as you see him there smiling. Then Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw are also back. So for Luke Shaw, it's just him being a variable for very many games that will obviously surprise us. But if a story comes up that he's really injured again, no one will get shocked. You understand? You see Luke Shaw really in the drills that are being done by the side of Manchester United. Lenny Yoro, Harry Maguire, Rasmus Højlund, Toby Collier looking on. So, and Atil Bayenda also went ahead, obviously return back into the training session for the club of Manchester United. That is Atil Bayenda. So, good to see that all these players are really back. Then even Tom Heaton was back for the club of Manchester United. It shows you that United are really doing great stuff in there. Then Rasmus Højlund, all smiles. You can look at this is Joshua Zirkzee. You know, he's also one of those that by the time we went to the international break, he was really in fine form and he was also training. Diego Diallo, you see him there, and Casemiro and Chido Obi Martin, part of the training session that was conducted at Carrington in there. Then Bruno Fernandes, Captain Fantastic, the Portuguese egg, obviously doing the needful and obviously training in there. Then Ruben Amorim looking on as his players really went ahead to train. Matthias de Ligt, you know, into the mix. Harry Maguire returning, and Lenny Yoro, another returning, obviously having fun in here. Then Mason Mount, one of those that ever since he came through the club of Manchester United, he has been an injury-prone player. You understand? He has been an injury-prone player, and we are waiting to see what will obviously come out of that. But he has been an injury-prone player, but his return is really very important. That the manager is obviously going to be having another number 10 that can obviously orchestrate stuff in there. Then you can talk about Patrick Dogu, as you see him there doing the needful, and I think he missed the previous games that we played, and I think he returned in the game of Leicester City, right? That is Patrick Dogu for you. And Casemiro, a player that said he's going nowhere and is obviously going to be at the club of Manchester United. So you understand where this really comes in from as a person watching in this channel. Then Ericsson is another one who has gone ahead, obviously put in a very big shift in there to obviously missing a penalty when they're playing against Portugal, and here he comes to obviously return back at Manchester United. Alejandro Garnacho, never into the Argentine squad that was invited to play, but he was back in action and all smiles. Then this is Casemiro, Alejandro Garnacho, this is Diego Diallo and Chido Obi Martin. Harry Amers watching into the mix. This is Harry Amers for you. That is Man United full squad. Then Godwill Konkuchi, one of the highly rated left-footed defenders at Manchester United, Andres Moreno, getting instructions from Bruno Fernandes Borges. That is it. Then this is Bendito Matato, one of those that is expected to get his he's expected to get his breakthrough or debut before the end of the season. He's one of the talented youths that have gone ahead to excite the manager of Manchester United. He goes by the names of Ruben Amorim. Then Tim Theitz doing the needful in there for you, and Dom Timi was also part of the training session in there for you. And Chido Obi Martin, all smiles and taking part into the training session of the club of Manchester United. And then Harrison, another goalkeeper from the academy. And then Wes Brown joined Man United's Mark Sullivan on live streaming the show. This training was live streamed on YouTube, and you went ahead obviously see it very well. So that's exactly what happened at the training session of Manchester United, as Mason Mount, Harry Maguire, even Kobe Mainoo is back, but he's really doing individual training. But we all know to it that he's obviously going to be getting back in shape. That is where I want us to see to it that will really affect us, helps into winning the Champions League, because these players' return obviously mean a lot for the club of Manchester United. Your reactions to Amad Diallo shock return are welcome in the comment section below, and the others that have gone ahead obviously return into the mix. We out.